David?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me, Laura.
So David, can you tell us a little about you? Who are you?
Well, I'm 50 years old, and
oh my God, you don't look like 50.
well, thank you. I started my painting company back in 1989, and after I graduated from college, and I grew the painting company in a few years to about $500,000, and I kind of stagnated at $500,000 and just was kind of happy just to be there, or for about 21 years, and then I read a book, and everything changed from there.
Okay, let's go back for a second. Your company that did become to be so big, what kind of company is that?
Well, I have a painting company.
What's the painting company?
Yes, and I was painting while I was in college, and I was also tending bar at a Red Lobster, and the general manager of the store asked me if I would paint the inside of a couple Red Lobsters, and I ended up painting 3 Red Lobsters in I think about 4 weekends, and I made enough money to buy a truck with the when I got my bachelor's degree, I said, I'm out. I want to buy a truck. I'm not going to go to. I was going to become a doctor and get my PhD in psychology, and I stopped right where I was, and I said, I want to get a truck. I want to do this because I think I can make this work. So.
Incredible. So John, when you began to work as with your ideas entrepreneur.
Yeah.
So your parents were they are kind of entrepreneur, or where they come in this entrepreneurship, to create your own business?
I've always. It's funny. When I was before I was even 10 years old, my brother and I were 8 and 9 years old, and we borrowed my neighbor's 32-foot ladder, and we're going around the neighborhood knocking on doors asking people if we could clean their gutters.
Oh my goodness.
And we knock on this one door, and the lady says, can I help you? I said, would you like your gutters cleaned? She says, boy, you guys look really young. Let me call my husband. So my husband said, well, how old are they? And the lady says, well, boys, how old are you? And I lied, and I said, I'm 10, because I figured it sounded like we're double digits.
Yeah.
And my younger brother's 9, so the husband said, yeah, that's old enough. Go ahead and let him clean the gutters. So we were always, we did a lot of fun stuff to make money, and I've always enjoyed doing that. And now what I really enjoy doing is teaching other people how to make money. I talk in schools about entrepreneurship, and I really believe that it's just a fantastic opportunity for people to really reap the rewards from their own hard work.
So talking a little about your company. So do you have a group of painters?
Yes.
Okay. So and then the people comes with jobs and you send the painters.
Yeah, we have about 25 painters and about 4 carpenters. And they do some painting and carpentry work as well.
Oh, that's wonderful. So one of the things that you like to help people, of my understanding, you like to teach the people. So tell me a little more about your ideas of the future, or what you're planning to do for the future of your company.
Well, about a year and a half ago, I decided, my wife put a magazine down on the kitchen table from Sherwin-Williams about painting, and I opened it up, and I was reading in there about how franchising is actually a great way for a lot of people who struggle with some of the parts of running a painting company. If they buy a franchise, then they will be taught those missing pieces on how to be successful. Maybe perhaps they're not good at marketing, maybe they're not good at estimating, but if you buy the franchise, they'll fill in those missing pieces to help you be successful. And I knew from my own experience of doing this for, at that time, 24 years, I knew so many pitfalls. I knew so many, what marketing works, what's the best way to paint a room? Is it walls, trim, ceiling, the proper order, how to protect the furniture, how to greet a customer, how to hire the right people, how to fire the wrong, get rid of the wrong, get the wrong people off the bus and put the right people in the right seat. And I said, I think I can do something that's better than all the other franchises. So I started looking at the other franchises and see what they did, and I said, hold on, nobody has training videos. Nobody has videos that not only do you show the franchisee, but you show the painter.
Yes.
And then, so when the painter goes over to Mrs. Smith's house to do some painting, they're doing things in the right way, and that cuts down on cuts down on problems dramatically, increases customer satisfaction, and things are done consistently, and it's just a much better system to have actual. Not that I'm inventing the whole idea of training,
Absolutely.
but it doesn't happen. It's not in the painting business, and so anyhow.
So what would be the 5 things, you know, when you're talking about how you can, what would be the 5 things that people should understand when they open a business? You know, to have an idea when you talk with somebody and tell, you know, let's say I want to buy your brand, you know, I want to have my own business with your name, but I have 3 painters, you know what I mean? So
Right.
what would be my advantage to
Oh,
have you?
well, I think a lot of people, they know how to paint.
That is the thing that I know only.
Okay.
Let's say I know.
Yeah, I know how to paint,
Yeah.
but and that's fine. That's nice to have that knowledge. But there's a best way of doing things. There's the most productive way. There's a way of, for example, if any painters are out there listening, you could roll cabinet doors with a low nap roller, or you could. But the better way to do it is to brush it and get rid of the brush strokes, or even a better way is to spray it where it's nice and smooth.
Mm-hmm.
And I talk about this, you know, in the training and in the videos of why this works, why this is better, why this is the fastest, why this will get you the smoothest results. Also, there's about 800 mistakes probably that I've made, and I document and tell people, hey, don't spend your money here for advertising, spend it here.
That's great.
This doesn't work real well, and you can spend thousands of dollars.
Absolutely.
You know, a friend of mine in advertising said, if you spend $1 in advertising, 50 cents works and 50 cents doesn't work, but you don't know which one
Yeah,
is going to work
yeah,
until
yeah.
you spend it. So I feel like I've grown my business about 40% each year for the last 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
We were about a 500. Now we're going to be probably closing about a $2 million company.
That's
So,
incredible.
and I think next year, even 2016, looks off the charts.
Mhm.
So, and also estimating. A lot of people have trouble estimating. We have about 100 pages of pictures and numbers of how long did this take. This window was 15 minutes. This room was 2 hours. Whatever.
Oh, I love
and,
that part.
And so it takes so much of the guesswork out of it. The other problem I think that I see, especially I work with a lot of Latinos.
Mm-hmm.
I've been working with Latinos for 20 years or 26
wonderful.
years. I know, and I love the Latino community, and but I feel like there's want to try to say this honestly and sincerely, that sometimes they don't feel comfortable giving estimates, and I think that if I help them, I can help them
That's
overcome
wonderful.
that,
Mhm.
and that's more of a growth thing. That's all that is we
Absolutely.
and one of the things that I brought in my company, and I want to show them it's vitally important, is leadership.
Yeah.
And leadership is teaching somebody who's willing to listen
Mhm.
how to do something, and then having them teach someone what they've been taught.
That's wonderful.
And then everybody just
Mhm.
keeps on rising up to the next level.
Yeah, one of the problems I faced when the painters, like I was painting my house in Atlanta. First of all, they come somebody do the X price, and then it was not. I know we tried to compare pricing, and it was like, this is insane. No,
Yes.
like nobody was in a range. You know, it's so difficult. And then the problem, the other thing that we faced when we were in our house in Atlanta is like the guy said it would be ready in a week, and it was not ready in a week. You know,
Oh,
it's like
yeah.
took like 2 or 3 weeks, and like, come on, we need this fast because we wanted to rent the house. So it's really, I think that I admire you, all the stuff that you have done, no, that you're putting together, and it would be easy for somebody just to learn, no, what is the right steps to do. That's
Yes, and
wonderful.
we have all that. We have scheduling,
Mhm.
we have invoicing, we have all the steps to become an org, which I have to credit my wife because she put all that together.
Wonderful.
She's fantastic at. And none of this would have happened if it wasn't for her help and assistance, and her putting a system, a process together that makes us duplicatable, because I'm more of a wing it kind of guy, but she's forced me to put everything down and she has done so much of the work of is getting the software in place and the procedures in place, and certainly want to.
So that is very interesting. So to have a company like yours running is a compound of a couple of things. No? You have the part of the marketing that is very important, so the people know you, and then you have the part of the operations. No, when the monies come, where they go in, and
Right.
all that part. That is the part that is. I think that is the head. No, like the most important part in operation is the people failing that part. This is why they're not growing. No?
Yes, absolutely. Cash is a must for a business to run, and collecting that money
Exactly.
when you're supposed to. And we talk about, we talk about what to send it, first off, how to structure the contract. It says, pay when the job is substantially complete. So if there's one doorknob that needs to be installed, but it's a special order, they can't hold, the whole pie. That you have to get, you can hold that doorknob, but you can't hold all the money. And how to get draws and requesting draws on certain size jobs. And cash flow is so vitally important, and that's something all businesses struggle with. But if you're not good at it, you're going to sink.
So that is something amazing. So you can help people to understand what parts of the business are the more important. Do you have something about human resources, like how can I hire people? That part of the.
Yes, we do have a system, which steps that we go through to make sure that we're hiring the best person that we think hiring a good quality person, and we have a whole process for that, which I don't need.
Questionnaire or something like
well,
that.
we actually what we do is we ask for their full name, their date of birth, and their social security number, and we do a background check on them.
Perfect.
And when you do that, it pops their criminal record, and if somebody has a rap sheet that's really long, or they have what we consider too many grievances, that especially if they're within the past 5-10 years, we say it's not a safe bet. But
that's wonderful. So you really cover that, because if I'm going to bring people to my house,
yes.
I don't want to take any risk.
No. And then we interview them, and we'll check references. But if they don't pass the background check, we don't even.
Forget about it.
Just forget. Yeah. It's amazing what some people have. Boy, that would be a talk right there.
Oh
we have some big raps.
Oh, no,
rap sheets coming
you
in.
check my driving records. Oh my God.
Oh my! Well, it's more than driving records with some of these folks. So, but we've done work at the Pentagon and Smithsonian and the White House. So we have good crews who can get into those places.
Yeah, because you have to be very careful. No?
Yeah.
That's incredible. Is there anything about insurance that also the people that have these companies have to have? I can imagine. If somebody broke his head when he's painting. And
That's
stuff
right.
Like that,
We have to have workers' comp and general liability, and you have to be licensed in the state of Virginia or Maryland or D.C. wherever you're operating
so
from.
You have all that stuff. Kind of give them an advice on all this.
Oh yes. It's more than just like we train you once and we say see you later, make the best of it. No, it's constant, it's ongoing, and like I said, I like to teach. I'm looking for people who want to own their own business, and that they want to grow. I'm not looking for somebody who just wants to make $80,000 a year and be happy with that. I want people who want to make 100, 150, 200, and just keep on going and making more money.
Yeah, because if they grow and you grow, no?
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
So just to understand, I'm very bad to understand this concept of
franchising.
So if I wanted to have a franchising, I have to have certain capital to do it.
Yes,
no?
yes. There's a franchise fee, and with that fee comes the training, the support, and it's ongoing. Yes, and then you have to have extra capital to buy a vehicle and have it lettered, and there's a whole list of things that you have to do to look like a rep, because you're representing Klappenberger and Son. Our company's Klappenberger and Son, and you need to carry that brand like we do.
Appropriate, yeah. So, would be fair to say how much you have to have
Well,
to
the
begin?
franchise fee is $30,000,
Okay.
and as far as franchise fees goes, that's pretty low. And then you're going to need a vehicle, and the vehicle has to be in good shape. So that's going to, let's say, cost you $15,000-$20,000 for a good vehicle, and then you'll need ladders and power washers and things like that. In the end, it will cost you about $70,000 on average to get started.
How long will it take to recuperate that money, the return on investment? How you think? What do you think will be?
Well, the return on investment is going to depend somewhat on the person and the territory they pick. We have territories right now available that are already doing $300,000-$500,000 a year, so they're available. And in my opinion, I know we're on the radio and all this, but in my opinion, those territories are worth a heck of a lot more than $30,000. They're worth closer to $70,000 or $100,000 just for the territory, because it's already a proven existing place where we have name recognition. We're already getting jobs there, and have been getting jobs. And like I said, 2016 looks even better. But let's say it was in an area like that's you're gonna get a return on your investment. I would maybe in a year or less.
Wonderful.
Probably less. In a place where someone didn't know us, it might take a little bit over a year. But less than a year or a year, something like in that neighborhood.
Okay. So we're going to take 1 second break, and I wanted to talk in Spanish. Okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
So just for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I wanted to kind of.
Yeah. Nothing was coming through my headphones.
No?
But so that's why I was like trying to hear you.
So one of the things I want to be sure that we wanted to talk about it is about I wanted to share with the Hispanic communities. I will say in Spanish.
Yeah.
So una de las cosas que me parece increíble de David y de su compañía Klappenberger Son es que ellos están ayudando a la comunidad para entender cómo mejorar los negocios. Entonces todos los pintores que nos están escuchando, si quieren mejorar su negocio, hay muchos aspectos que hay que tomar en cuenta. Seguro, insurance, que tienes que tomar parte de la parte de human resources, la parte de quién va a contratar. Tienes que tomar en cuenta toda la capital, el cash, cuánto dinero tienes y cómo lo vas a usar. How much money you have, cómo lo vas a usar. Es una de las partes que yo creo que los hispanos somos malos en eso. No sabemos cómo invertir nuestro dinero. Entonces, de los que nos están escuchando, si están interesados, vamos a poner todo en la página de web, el teléfono de David, su página de web, y hablar con él para que él los guíe y pueda ayudarnos. David también tiene una persona que habla español. You have a person who speaks Spanish?
Yes.
So, entonces él va a poder ayudarlos con todas esas preguntas. Entonces, coming back on David, it's okay. So David, could you please, could you please tell us your phone number, webpage?
Oh, sure. Our phone number is 410-647-5700. It's 410-647-5700. And our website is www.Klappenberger&Son. And Klappenberger is spelled with a K, K-L-A-P-P, like Peter and Paul, E-N-B-E-R-G-E-R, A-N-D, and Son, KlappenbergerandSon.com. And if you just start typing in Klappenberger, you'll probably find the website without a problem.
Well, thank you very much to be here.
Thank you for having me. Yes.
Soon, and I also wanted to let you know we will put your information in our webpage, and I will invite you to come in another topic